Hello, hello. I am here, Crimson. Hello, welcome in. Time for peak? Yes, it is time for peak. Also, I don't know what's going on with Twitch. Twitch is dying, I think, because I'm streaming, but I can't see my stream manager. And every time I refresh, it's not showing up. I'm scared to refresh chat because I don't think I'll be able to see chat. What if I close it all the way? Just open Twitch directly? Like, even opening Twitch directly isn't working. What is happening? How can I check if I'm actually online? How can I check? Hold up, I'm opening Twitch on my phone. Am I okay? I am. Yeah, Twitch is not opening on my PC. That's weird. I'll manage my stream from my, Here you go. Nice. Okay, I can see my chat up on my phone. That's all that matters. I have chat on my phone. Perfect. But welcome in, everyone. Hopefully everyone's doing okay today. Today, we are only doing Of the Devil, because I really want to start episode 2, and I cannot wait any longer at all. Considering how good episode 1 was, I need to do episode 2. It's like mandatory. So, I will get started right away. Also, if you guys recognize this song, you guys are real ones. Such a good song. Yeah, I did like a normal 8-hour shift, 7-hour shift, something like that. And I had music on in the background, and I just played this same song. I played this song that I was playing for the entire 8-hour shift. I don't know how many times is that, but I was playing the 1-minute version. Let me see. That's 60 times per hour. That's 60 times per hour. And then times 8. So I listened to that song 480 times. Oh my goodness. We love Angry Mafia Mom song. Yeah, we do. Also, I really want to start the next case. Oh my god, I want to see what happens. Also, I have my drink, which, wait, okay, my chat's updating on OBS. So I'm gonna close my phone. There we go. Closed it, folded it in half. It's not a foldable, so it's broken. I broke my phone. Open my drink. Delicious. Delicious. And we get new charms. We do. Also, I need to raise myself up. There we go. I was a little bit too low before. All right. Here we go. New case. Episode 2. Finally. You can choose to play episode 2 in high roller mode. Of course we will. Yes, I know. Yep. We will do high roller mode. Boom. Welcome to the high roller tables. Enjoy the thrill. Absolutely. Disable tutorial. You can turn them back on the settings. Disable. I know how to play the game. First things first, let's buy some charms. Ignore everything else. Buy charms. Dude, I have 123 store credit. Oh my god, I have so much. Also, we got this one. Oh my. Get her. Oh my goodness. She's so beautiful. Oh my goodness, she's so nice. Look at that. Oh my god. Damn, indeed. Mama. But I want 80 though. I want 80. Oh yes. Just what I wanted. Oh, she's so good. Now I'm gonna get the yellow phone case to match her. Oh my god. Still, I really like. Let's go, Sarah. I probably can buy every single one of these charms. I have 101 store credit. So I don't know who Diamante is. I don't know who this guy is, but let's buy every single one. Rose gold. Wow. Sick. Wait, this doesn't. Okay, okay, I have 0 credit. Okay, that's fine. I was like, wait, am I spending my currency? Morgan time? Fran charm? Fidgy Tubbies? Buy every case. I'm buying everything. Okay, we have 15 store. We have 35 store credit. We can get. We'll get 3 of these. Here we go. Let's go Sarah. Nice. And then we're gonna leave London for last because London's very expensive. Shadowstruck. And then finally Emma. Oh no. We'll leave Emma and London for last. Everyone else is fine. Also, try to pet the cat in episode 2. So we have to pet the cat. That's such a good charm. I do like 80. So I will go 80 and I'll go for the rose gold. Sick. Look at that. Beautiful. Exactly what we needed. All right. First question's an easy one. Who's your senator? Muffins. Piece of this. We're still trying. Wait, I just got hit. Wait. Still trying to lie to our faces. Muffins is our senator, man. Is our senator, man. What, still? Hey, wake up. Gah. From the top, I guess. Ugh. What is your name? Ikari. Ikaria? What year is it? 2086. 2086. What did he say last time? 2027? Maybe this stuff's finally working. Dog does know how to shake. You can go... Oh my god. Foot! Again in the head. One thing I said. One thing I asked. Anywhere but the head. Not my fault he's got a punchable face. So we calibrated yet or what? No. We're as close as we're going to get with equipment this old. You want to get to the real questions or does he need more softening up? Who are we torturing? I just said I won't soften him up in the head. How about it? You still with us, hound? You're gonna feel a migraine hit you like a tram in a few seconds. You're gonna feel like a migraine hit you like a tram in a few seconds. Do me a favor and hold on to the pain. Let go and the Barbitocin will drop you like an anchor. Don't want you a vegetable, right? Who is this? Yeah, that's the spirit. Knew you were a fighter. Question 1. Do you know why you're here? Because you were too spooked to do this over a line? I'm always the right amount of spooked, Red. Okay. Hello. When I tell you there's heat, I mean it. I know, and I always listen. See? Oh my god. Breathable layers. She's beautiful. She was always beautiful, but oh my god. Look at that. Holy. Look at her. Look at him. Breathable layers. God damn it. You left. Doesn't mean I conceded the point. You're lighter. You memorized the map? You kept it pretty vague, but X. Whoa. He burnt the map. I think I got the gist of it. The drip, the actual drip. Also I have food. Give me a sec. Man, this is a nice experience because my Twitch stream manager is down, but I'm still streaming and I can still see chat. This works because I can't see how many viewers, so I'm not influenced by how many viewers. That's good. You're that worried about a paper trail? Let me see the backlog. Okay, they burnt the map. Proctiv Analytics just won a state contract for a new trawling algorithm that can de-anon an entire city's blocks crumbs in less than an hour. That's crazy. We know what crumbs are. Crumbs are like Internet of Things. Okay. Didn't you read the financial section today? I'm more of a Sudoku gal. Sudoku, no. We can't all be as well read as Reinhard Diamani. Wait, Diamani? I'm sending you the links, read them, and then the rest of the news too. Propositions 429 is going to be on the ballot this year. You shouldn't vote on it blindly. For a guy who makes the majority of his living operating outside the law, you sure take your civil duties seriously. Information brokering isn't illegal. What people choose to do with my advice. Do you declare the income for it on your taxes? That's the big question. If you don't declare it, it's probably illegal. Sorry. I promise to take a look at what you sent over. Oh, he said promise to take a look. With elections coming up, a number of measures related to infrastructure, public works, and the funding for city programs will be on the ballot. Proposition 436-2D. Petition... Petition for City Council to commission cost analysis on public schooling. For the last several decades, all education has been handled through private institutions, typically associated with one or more corporate benefactors. While this has eased the expense of childcare and pre-university education for many families, some citizens regularly voice concerns over children being treated as customers first and students second. There are several schools throughout the city that accept students at no cost to their parents, but they are reliant on government subsidies, introducing the potential for waste and corruption, and are generally seen as subpar environments for learning. If enough voters say aye to this petition, City Council will commission a site to evaluate the cost and feasibility of reintroducing direct public schooling to the school. Interesting. 492. What did he tell me to read? 492. So that was the one. 492. Here it is. 492. Funding of Atlas Pillar rejuvenation projects. Voting aye on this measure will direct City Council to fund the renovation and reinforcement of multiple Atlas pillars around the lower wards, paid for by a % increase in sales tax. Okay. Atlas pillars act as stabilizing points for the city's canopy super infrastructure and house all the largest public transit elevators. Okay. Favorably representing reducing unemployment to the target regions. I was also surprised that Otis also voices Red Hood Rappy. And no, Rappy in general. It's pretty cool. I did not know that. So we have two Limbus voice actors. We have Otis voice actor who voices Rappy, and we also have Donkey voice actor who voices Laplace, which is amazing. It's so good. This can't be the only one, right? Reducing unemployment to the target regions. Some number of city council members representing uptown districts have voiced skepticism. None have argued against the architectural reality of the canopy's need for additional structural reinforcements. Which exactly of the city older Atlas pillars? Okay. Property values in the lower wards can either skyrocket or even drop into the negative based on which pillars are rejuvenated. And the city is wary of disrupting the real estate market in the lower wards with rampant outsider-funded speculation. L ads, yeah. Otis also voices the baddie in Library of Ruina, which we're gonna play tomorrow. So tomorrow we're gonna focus on lobotomy and library. But welcome in, Lani. Hopefully you're doing okay today. Let's see. Proposition 493, renaming Atlas pillars to honor local community figures. Okay, that's... Atlas was originally an internal name for a super infrastructure construct but leaked blueprints and contractor word of mouth spread the moniker and has become rooted itself in the culture in many years since, despite having what the mayor at the time reportedly described in private as an ominous ring to it. Yeah, Atlas. Commission of report on victims of acid snow. Grayfall. Acid snow? So they're doing a film Unseasonable snowfall has spurred public outcry. Full investigation into the victims. Okay. Interesting. So the Atlas pillars. How can you be this calm? A chance like this doesn't come around. Well, ever. Frankly, I'm still surprised they were willing to put up the funds to commission this thing. What do you think changed? Nothing ever changes in the lower wards, is what I would say if I was feeling dramatic. Heartbreak made organized crime look like a bunch of cowards hiding under a rock, is what I would say if I was feeling comedic. Don't joke about heartbreak before sending a woman off into the lower wards by herself, because you're such a delicate flower in need of protection. No, not really. Plays blackjack, Texas Hold'em, CeeLo, Mahjong, E-card. I love Mahjong. Likes power washers, lamb chops, and prime numbers. Occupation, defense attorney, and a criminal. Oh god. Eggs, fried and runny. Now that's right. I love runny eggs. Delicious. How about you start feeling analytic and give me your real answer? Fine. In my humble opinion, the Rust made the first move. The demand for their products have gone up, so they set to work with their syringes and cleavers and vans, mobile chop shops hunting for product to fill the supply gap. Supply gap? You can't spit without it landing on the Vitruvian Clinic. How's the biggest it's ever been? What mods aren't being printed to demand? It's replacement parts, not the mods that the Rust harvests. Vitruvian, HAL, all the others aren't interested in helping you fix a faulty pump. They just want to sell you a whole new model. The Rust might not always be pretty to look at, but even law-abiding citizens gladly swallow their distaste for a discount that steep. A lot of modders are veterans, not easy prey. Correct, hence, the Rust stockpiling weapons, and in response, the blue blood sensing escalation. That's just my hypothesis. If I ever get pulled into an alley and wake up missing a kidney, we'll call it a formal theory. So the Rust, a domestic organized crime syndicate called the Rust. Racketeering operations. While the Rust has evolved since its chaotic initial formation, they have cells, criminal organization. As it stands, the Rust is known for its black market operation, illegal and illicitly sourced mods, offering military-grade or foreign-produced mods to civilians. They are particularly known for regularly assaulting and ripping mods out of their victims for resale. Holy! However, in People v. Harmonike Systems, the state alleged that this had, on numerous occasions, employed the Rust as a sort of extra-legal mercenary force when pursuing aggressive market negotiations with their competitors. Interesting. Okay. And we know what mods are. Body modification. Easy. Okay. It's not like we're talking about a weapon of mass destruction. What makes the Blues think they can win a gang war with it? Maybe they found the right soldier to wield it? The idea lingers in the air for a moment as I gaze out the window. Window and neon and advertisements galore float up past us like bubbles of air as we make our descent down into our beautiful city's scenic lower wards. How's this part go again? Through me, the way of the city of woe. Through me, the way to eternal pain. Through me, the way among the lost. Is this Dante's Inferno? The way to the city of woe. It is Dante's Inferno. And this is what Charon says in Dante's Inferno. Holy. Yeah, this is what Charon says. Through me, the way to the city of woe. Through me, the way to eternal pain. Through me, pain. Through me, the way among the lost. Among us. Yes. This is Charon talking in Dante's Inferno. Oh, it was right there. Welcome to the underworld, Dante. Sometimes hot, sometimes misty, sometimes choking with poison. Always dark. That the official forecast? More accurate than whatever's on your phone. Between the skyscrapers, the generators, the turbines, and the canopy, Every city's block got its own climate down here. The 9 circles of fresh hell. If you get the reference, say something. Don't make me feel crazy for 5 minutes so you can feel smart for 5 seconds. The smog of the lower ward lingers on your skin long after you make the climb back out. This place clings to you, unwanted, cloying attachment. But there's an honesty to all human interaction down here that makes it trivial for me to navigate. Dante's gonna meet with Morgan, yeah. And it's got a nightlife rife with opportunities for someone with my particular interests. Sorry I couldn't get you anything else to work with. It was short notice. I know better than to bet against you by now, Red. But still, it's sweet of you to worry. But this is a surefire thing. Spoken like a true addict. Does he know I kill people and he's just lining people up for me to kill them? I mean it. I'm here for business, not pleasure. I don't plan on leaving anything to chance. Interesting. Now what are you doing, Morgan? Can you explicate? Avoid the populated streets, turn away from brightly lit spots. Follow the trail of graffiti and broken cameras, past the food stands and steam vents, down the rabbit hole. It sounds more complicated than it is in practice. It's easy to wind up on the wrong side of town as long as you're trying to. Reinhardt's map narrowed the search a lot more than I expected, but I'll be on my own from here on out. It's gotta be one of these 3 buildings. So let's go over what I know. I'm looking for a base of operations for a mid-tier kind of pod. Rougher than a storefront, but not as fortified as a headquarters. A location that makes customers feel safe, not trapped. Of course, if I just start knocking on doors, they'll probably find me with weapons drawn. So if I want to be smart about this, I better use all my senses. So there's only these 3. Essentially, I'm looking for something that's rougher than a storefront, but not fortified like a headquarters. A location that makes customers feel safe, not trapped. In here, that is trapped. In here, absolutely not. I think it's this. Actually, no. That looks like a storefront, right? Rougher than a storefront, not as fortified as a headquarters. A location that makes customers feel safe, not trapped. It's not this, because there's bars on the windows. I would feel trapped. That is super fortified. It's even like a concrete barrier. It's this right here. It's not this. It's not that. It's the middle. Here you go. Well, this place looks like that. Looks more like a haunt just dry enough for users to pass out in than anything else. It's plenty inconspicuous, but a dealer of the level I'm looking for would be considered a made man respectable. I doubt they'll be willing to step over trash constantly just to keep a low profile. Okay, so that is not it. But this is super fortified. The windows are all dark like no one's home, but they're all shut too. So it could be that they're just tinted. Alley's clear. Fire escape still there for the most part. Could pass for an alternate exit if need be. And that door looks sturdy enough to bounce a bullet off of. Someone's been renovating. So that's the actual spot. This one here is a bit cleaner than the other buildings around here. Could be someone spending money on upkeep, or maybe this one's just been torn down and rebuilt the least. There are a couple bodies lingering around the outside of it. They don't exactly have that organized criminal association edge. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. A lot of pods will pay civilians good money just to keep their eyes open. It's certainly dark, but there's a camera out front and it's not broken. Overall, it's probably just some mechanic garage that shuts down the power to save money at night. Okay, might as well pull the trigger. Dingy, but not a s-hole, not an absolute trashy place. Some secure features, but the paint's not too shiny. Goldilocks takes it. This is my best bet. I think so as well. But why? Why do I feel like I'm being watched? Uh-oh. What is that? Hello? Who is that? Biblically accurate angel? Hello? Morgan. Hey, kid. You can't just look away. Biblically accurate Dexter. Fridge, welcome in. Great acting. You're supposed to be the lookout? Red Hood. Red Hood? Rappy Red Hood from Nikkei? From the critically acclaimed game Shori no Megami? Nikkei? Oh my god. What did you say? People come down here to be anonymous, or the closest thing to it in the modern day. It's considered poor etiquette to stare at anyone for more than a moment. It's a faux pas to make an effort to remember someone. Wait, she does look like Rappy. She does. Commenting, yes, I can't read, on another's dress isn't a slap to the face, but it is odd. Go away? At least they can take directions. Whatever, a lookout being around just confirms that I picked the right building. Time to try the door. What will make them open? A knock, money, a call? I mean, if they're dealers, I won't knock on the door. Money, I'm not gonna give them money from the get-go if they're dealers. I'm not gonna call out because I need to be discreet. So, what's a quick bar? Oh, it's that. Sick. Orca. Organized Criminal Association stands for Orca. Okay, so Orca. Nice. Killer whale or a kale. Group of orca can be called a pod. I'm going to say. Also, before anyone, I want to show you guys. I know Crimson was here, but I'm not sure if Lunny and Fridge are here. Look what we got for clearing episode 1 on the highest difficulty. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Look at her. I'm trying to interact with the keychain, but I think I'm stuck. Look. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. But I'm gonna keep my my beautiful 80. Look at her. Beautiful. Okay. Knock, I don't think calling out would be the right thing. So I don't have a phone number. Calling out, no. Money, there's no one there. I'm just gonna knock. No answer? Should I have tried knocking in a pattern? Shave and a haircut. No, that would be silly. Money. No. Call? Hey! You open! Maybe not for me. Money. I have money. Actually, I have a dark card. That should have provoked a reaction. A grunt, footsteps, something. I place my hand against the door absent-mindedly, ready to move to plan B. I feel movement. Locks being checked, perhaps a doorknob palmed. Anxiety and curiosity pit against one another by unlooking greed. How do you enter a closed room? First you try pushing. When that doesn't work, naturally you forget it. I'll find some other. No need for master keys or any other trickery. If you know what you're doing, doors will open for you. Like magic. I'm in. The door is not the only thing that's been reinforced around here. This apartment building, motel, whatever it used to be, someone made a lot of effort to file it down. Hallways blocked off with chicken wire and stripped furniture, access panels ripped out, doors welded shut. They took a maze and ground it down into a one-way street. Or maybe a shooting gallery with blaring music accompaniment. Don't get any ideas. Got no vacancy. Who is this? Oh my god. And here I thought I found my dream home, Mr. Call me Trey. And too bad, we're closed this month. Really? Who's Trey? Freelancer. Vending machines, skate parks, and ice chips. He dislikes rich kids. He has had 3 arrests for loitering, 2 arrests for larceny, and no truancy. That means they never skipped school. Sick. Also, he hates fried food. Oh my god. And he hates cops. Oh god. Wait, you're serious? You rent these out? Of course we do. This is a business. Right, and you see a lot of demand? This is the lower wards, B. He sighs the word without emphasis, like it's subconscious honorific. I'm not honored, and I can't find it in myself to be offended either. Tons of stray duck who will pay top for a site to lay low a night or two. I can see why. This is the hallway. The rooms are clean. Sure. Look, the doors are heavy and the locks are all physical and it's quiet. So this is a safe house for rent? Safe rooms for rent. Like I said, we're not open for business right now. Curious. Come on, up the stairs already. And no mask when we get up there. And curiouser. A good mask is like a good pair of boots in the lower wards. Keeps you clean, keeps you moving, makes your journey a dozen times more comfortable. But if you leave the house barefoot, you can expect to bring back something unsavory attached to you. It's not odd for him to be barefaced, but demanding that I not wear mine is... Seriously, stuff it in your pocket now. Okay, so wearing a mask is bad. Deflect? I forgot I was wearing it. Why so nervous though? I need information. We're not... I mean, I ain't nervous. Nothing to worry about then. Yeah, but you need to lose your those gloves too. That's too much. I can't get my fingerprints on everything. So that's their game. This isn't a power move, it's insurance. So they know who I am. If this place ever gets busted, evidence of my visit will be all over the place. They're giving their customers extra incentive to make this place remain a hidden gem. A reasonable idea on their part, but it doesn't change my answer. No. Refuse. Yes. That's not happening. Whatever. Have fun explaining to my boss why you can't follow basic instructions. That does sound fun. Watch it. You're a guest here. A guest? I'm a paying customer. And if you try to get me to remove any more articles of clothing, I'm leaving a scathing review. You haven't paid yet. Come on. Right behind you. Drink? Through here? Yeah. Hey, I'll get the door. Oh, hello. Huh? Hello. Hello. Who are these characters? Howdy. Where the hell did you find her? Must have fallen out of the canopy like some ripe as that fruit. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry, but where's branded content? Mature rated game. Okay, I'm not gonna curse. I was gonna change the rating of the stream so I can curse, but I don't want to curse. It's fine. We're family friendly. Because if she didn't fall out of the damn sky, that mean that Trey opened the door for her. Right, Trey? Thanks. Thanks. Come on, How hard is it to not open a goddamn door? Well, she has shut it. So we have Tanks. Tall, handyman, likes parkour, dislikes beer cans, water stains, and cops. 3 arrests for grand theft. 18 months in jail. Interesting. Is this the gang war episode? This is what it feels like. Who are these guys? The others aren't fazed by his volume. This is normal. The big guys always like this. But this outburst is giving me a moment to take in the scenic view. Brings a tear to the eye. You. Me? Who else? Hit that. A cigarette? It's laced with drugs. Or don't. I'd love an excuse to kick your butt back down those stairs. They think I'm a cop? They think I'm a cop and cops can't use drugs when undercover. I could quote them the exact law that invalidates this legal defense, but I gather that wouldn't assuage their concerns. Well, what's it gonna be? I'm not gonna take it. That was in your mouth, man. What? Sorry. It's not that you're bad looking, it's just... Trey, who the hell is this? Trying to jinx us, huh? She's a customer. I know she's a customer. We get customers every other day of the goddamn year. Why'd you have to bring her in here tonight? There we go. This is it. I found the place. Well, Creek. She's got real name. Look at me. Don't talk to Creek. Talk to me. She's got a dark card. Huh? Whistle. I ran the cereal downstairs. Scanner got hot like a hand warmer trying to crunch it, so it's legit, right? Dark card, huh? Creek. Entrepreneur. Case dismissed due to lack of evidence. Case dismissed due to witness recanting. Dislikes doctors. Making money, making friends. Lakers. Creek Kristoff. Interesting. Tanks has a full name. Anchor Tan. And then Trey. Sungmin Trench. Interesting. Dark card, huh? I nod. Hard not to start playing a little more conservatively when you know the once you know the stakes. Whatever the specifics of their leadership structure, they're all looking to this Creek right now. But I don't know his rhythm yet, so I can't exactly match it. For the moment, silence is golden. Yeah, but tonight, Creek? With all the other stuff we're expected to shovel? Hey, shouldn't make talk like that in front of the customer. Customer. You would think the word was old toothpaste the way he spat it out. Translation, outsider. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Miller. I know. All the more reason we should get this person to get, we should tell this person to get slagged. Who is Miller? Heaven Smiles. Oh my god, what a unique name. Tradesman. Likes horror films, bubblegum, terrariums. 4 arrests for vandalism, 2 arrests for extortion. No littering. Does not like littering. Sick. Upstanding citizen. Look, she's here now. So why not take her money? Know what? I got a better idea. Oh. Apply directly to the forehead. A loud one. Tanks? Wait, the loud one, Tanks, is pressing a barrel directly into my forehead. Morgan can kill these guys instantly. They are making a terrible mistake. Why not take her for all she's got? The metal feels cool on my skin. Reminds me of a stethoscope. Breathe in and try not to sigh at the theatrics. Instead, I make eye contact with Creek. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. You can put that away. He reholstered his firearm without so much as a click of the tongue. Mid-tiers, like I thought. They've got something approaching discipline. Mind the safety. Get screwed. So we good? We're good. We are good. Right, Creek? Threading a thin needle, lady. A lot of moving parts need to surface here. Give me a minute to clear my schedule for you. Make yourself at home in the meantime. Just don't hover, yeah? Of course. You won't even notice I'm here. There's a lot of stuff in here. Why am I even here? I don't want to pester him. I can talk to everyone. Let me observe this. You doing inventory over here? Ouch. Must have caught you at the worst night of the quarter. Quarter? This ain't a meg operation, lady. We take our inventory daily. Torture. You gonna suggest we put it all down on a spreadsheet, get everyone to sign off every hour? We got a special name for anything with more than one signature on it. A cricket case. Cricket case? Or a Cricko. Combat racketeering, influence, and corrupt criminal organization. A Cricko. Interesting. And then Meg, we know what Megs are. He's corrupting the Cricko acronym a lot, but his risk assessment isn't misguided. Paperwork brings down a lot more criminal organizations than guns ever will. Give a half-decent accountant one thread to pull on and they can rip apart the mafia in less than a business day. Hey, what'd Creek say? Don't hover. It's only hovering if I'm bothering you. Am I bothering you? If you were bothering me, you'd know it. Okay, so don't talk to this person. They're all quite personable. Remark. Did I interrupt a game? What's your poison? 5 cards, full blind, monocle rules? Are those games? We just screw around with whatever we got to kill time with, lady. You know your stuff. You ever play around here? Now and then. The hell? You go slumming for card games? Now and then. Have I seen you before at a game? Maybe up by the 30s? Sorry, it must have been some other redhead. Damn, I thought I finally got my second chance at getting that beauty's contacts. You practice that one a lot? Practice a little. How's it working? Keep practicing. Check on the door. The door is nearly as sturdy as the one out front, but a lot more slapped together. What was it originally? That a walk-in freezer or something? What? No, we had an agreement about hovering, yeah? Yeah. It's barred from this side. Cannot hover. Damn, rejected. Yeah, neglected. You good, buddy? Looking a little sweaty. Well, that's just because I was exercising just before you showed up. Uh-huh. You don't believe me? How do you think we defend what's ours down here? I assume the gun I was antiquated with just now played a role. Think we can afford to break the bank on bullets? It's easy to buy a gun, pulling the triggers, also easy. Like kissing it goodbye. It'll rat you out the first chance it gets. An aversion to firearms would explain the relatively low fatality for gang-related violence. The big names can afford to buy a new gun every week, but for everyone beneath them, it comes down to crowbar, clubs, and knives, and mods. Well, I'm sure you all do very well in your fistfights. Fistfight is juvie. Sounds like recess stuff. Sorry, fisticuffs? Laugh it up. The first time you hear the sound a steel arm makes caving a skull in, you'll get exactly how we operate. Right, sorry. Interesting. Okay, I talked to everyone here. Let me talk to this guy, Pester. Hello. What? Nothing, you're just kind of glaring at me. It's my job to glare at suspect people like you. Tanks is just superstitious. Though I wouldn't call it superstition until it stops keeping you alive. I am not. Did I pass a black cat on my way in or something? It's your clothes. Again? Why? Didn't know your fine establishment had a dress code. It's not a code, it's just bad goddamn luck to wear red. Bad luck to see red, man. Same thing. Nah, you should see the Red Hood. Then you fear for your life. Cosplaying as her is weird, but it won't doom you. Great, it'll only doom us. I don't think I've heard this particular ghost story, boys. Really? You were blending in so well. The Red Rider Hood? The Shinigami? Grim Reaper of the lower wards? Spot her on a misty night, end up dead by morning light? Come on, Creek. Don't start that stuff when you don't even believe it. Don't have to believe it to have heard the rhymes. You've never heard of the Red Rider Hood? Little girl in the fog in a big red raincoat? Misted in the crossfire of a shootout between pigs and robbers, wanders the ward seeking revenge. No, never. That's 100% her. I think so as well. Not even the Uptowners knew this stuff. You're gonna tell me you've never heard of the cyberpunk or the cyberpunk? Oh my god. The cyberpunk. I've heard of cyberpunk and Mist is killed. Or the Little Lord next. Guess I don't have a good ear for this kind of thing. Red Arbor Butcher, yeah. Or maybe you're just not as smart as you think you are. Says the grown man sweating because of a ghost story. How about I take extra care not to walk under any ladders for the rest of the night and we call it even. Walk under any, where would you even find a, oh, did you mean a step ladder? Again? A ladder's a ladder. Now who's afraid? You look pale as spit. Because for some reason, I just got a horrible feeling that I lost a bet. Yeah, I lost a bet to Sarah. All right, come here, pull up a chair. Let me ask you something before we get started. Hmm. What was your first job? Waitress. Waitress. You remember this feeling? 9 p.m., diners filter out, the doors close at 10. Y'all start turning off the grills, taking out the trash, settling down, and then some mouth breather comes in at 9:40 with big blank eyes expecting you to find him a table. Yeah, that kind of behavior. Not breaking any rules, can't arrest him, can't shoot the guy, even if you wanted to. So, related note, you're here to buy, a paying customer, happy to have you. Just read the room, okay? Sure, he's making it seem like I showed up at a bad time. Even though I'm a paying customer, I'm not breaking any laws, I'm just showing up. It's a bad time. And no haggling. Now what are you here for? Well, can't be more honest about that. Time to build a story. This creek seems less high-strung than the others. He must have a few years and a couple promotions under his belt. He might be on the 3rd floor at the moment, but in spirit, he's still on the street, earning. Everyone above him is in more managerial positions. He's in between crowds, isolated, and he seemed entertained by my poke at the big guy. Putting that all together, I'm not actually here for myself. Truth is, I can't hear anything over the damn screen. I grab the remote sitting on the edge of the desk and turn off the screen. That's better. What the hell you do that for? It was too loud. We like it loud. Screws with bugs and wires and cops. Are you a cop? Keeping at that volume could damage your ears. You'd end up yelling all the time. Relax, Tanks. Like I was saying, I'm actually here for someone else. My boss, to tell you the truth. Ha, that sucks. Does your regional manager want a maid to order a heart attack at his retirement party or something? You're not that far off. His son's turning 18 and he wants a party. An organic party. Hell's that supposed to mean? Hell if I know. But a coworker let slip that I smoked a few times in college. So the boss goes and hands me his dark card, slaps me on the rear and sends me down here. Told me to get everything his son needs for the best graduation ever. Ha, that's rough. A pretty lady like yourself shouldn't be stuck running errands at this hour, not in this part of the city. It's not safe. Speaking of which, Miller, stand up, raise your hands. I oblige, but the lanky one keeps staring at me oddly, looking at me up and down. It's not complimentary, he's searching for something. See, normally, I would never be this poor of a host to such a nice customer, but bosses, right? Yeah. Mine has been real micromanaging lately. It's kind of becoming a problem. So, we're taking a little bit more care around new faces. Tucked inside her jacket, round the left pocket, my gun? His eyes aren't modded. Did I give it away with my body language? Something you want to share with the class? Forgot I had that, maybe? Yes, I have a knife on me. Should I have declared on my papers? Would have been the polite thing to do, yeah. Sorry for the poor manners. But a pretty lady like me, this part of town, guess I was just being careful around new faces. Alright. You're letting her keep it? I got you here to protect us. Have to wonder though, why'd a high-power corporate mover shaker come in person? Why come to us? Why not go across the skywalk over to the nearest Ikadia-owned dispensary? Ikadia, we know, is the criminal organization that's trying to whitewash their image. They're trying to like clean away all the crime they did by like buying schools and stuff like that. Cagey tonight, aren't we, boys? The hell are they so suspicious for? And who are the Ikadia? The name sounds vaguely familiar, but well, I can read between the line. They're the competition. So if these blue bloods are being this cautious around a paying customer, I can shame them over it. I mean, sure, everyone knows that Ikadia had taken the lion's shares of the city. I just didn't realize that they had a monopoly too. Hey, get it straight. The Ikadia won't be on top anymore once we... Never mind. Can we not do business? No one said that. So what it'll be? Well, I don't want any of these kids choking on their own foam. Even if it'd be funny to watch, I figured I'd just buy a bunch of downers and maybe a handful of uppers. Let half of them get high off the atmosphere. Downers, huh? We got the new tritation. Tritation? What kind of word is that? Titration of lime. Lasts for hours. Yeah, they can stir it into their watered down beers. Wait, new titration? No one's gonna, like, crap themselves, are they? No. Not until the morning, at least. Alright, well, I can live with that. What you got on the other end? Got plenty, long as they don't mind hippos. Hypodermics? I feel like these baby shark types would get nervous around needles. You got anything they can inhale? Well, got a lot of nerve. Fast bump, high plateau, and a smooth ride down. Our best seller. Sounds great. Unfortunately, it's in high demand, so... I get that he's selling me drugs, but does he really have to sell me drugs? Hey, it's not my card anyways. Charge it. Gladly. Typing away at his tablet like this, he almost looks white collar. It checks out, right? The cereal's legit, so... Yeah, man. You already said that. It's encrypted, Trey. It's not meant to be a one-tap purchase. Dark card, the gold standard of untraceable fund transfer among the criminal and financial elite. Your average citizen wouldn't recognize it as anything special. It looks like any other credit or debit card. Only reason I recognized it is because they got flashed all the time back at my apprenticeship. Mostly for drawing lines, but sometimes for purchasing. Hard to convert the funds back to cash, but if you want to buy or sell in the black market, you couldn't ask for better. So it's like cryptocurrency. Yeah, I'm imagining it's like cryptocurrency, but it's also similar to like the black card. Like there's this mystical credit card called the black card. Here it is. Black card refers to an ultra exclusive invitation only credit card. Most famously, it's like an American Express offering top tier luxury perks. The only issue is you have to spend so much for you to have access to. Spending threshold. You need to spend $350,000 on it each year for you to keep it. So you have to like buy a house on it each year for you to qualify for it. That's insane. I'm imagining something like that, but it's also for crypto. So what the hell is going on? I'm dangling some very enticing bait here. An amenable mark, spending money that's not her own, they should be salivating over me. Instead, they're practically x-raying me. Why? Interesting decor. Finally, someone notices. It's nice, right? It's called cherrywood. Redid the paint myself of a finish I had imported. It is a nice piece of furniture, Creek, but I was referring to your paperweight. Huh? Oh, yeah, that. You like it? Yeah, I do. Sure. It has a certain rustic simplicity. Though it's not exactly gleaming. Have you considered giving it a polish? That'd be a crime. Oh? Polishing off the battle scars from a hard-won prize? Prize? It's not yours? Something I picked up on the job. Oh. Someone? Muffled voice? A masculine voice, muffled, possibly gagged, and stifled as if pained. Seems like I'm not their only guest tonight. Really wish you left the music on, lady. Sorry, you say something? I completely spaced out just now. Didn't hear a word you said. She's smart. Okay, that's okay. I didn't say anything. Guess you aren't so stupid you can't even mind your own business. Speaking of my business, how are we looking? Card's still processing. Sorry about that. Guess it takes time to snake a wire through enough pinholes that even the almighty state can't track it. Takes power too. Apparently, batteries plummeting. Bah, dark card. Almost more trouble than it's worth. Definitely didn't do its previous owner any good. Before I palmed it off his corpse. Oh god. Your boss must be a careful guy, delegating you to come down here with this. Yeah, maybe. Not very smart, though. He has no idea what any of this stuff cost. If I treat myself after finishing here, it's not like he'd ever know the difference. Ha ha ha. Good on you, ripping off the dude. A woman after my own heart. There it is. Now I just need 2 thumbs and a password for the verification and we're golden. I don't have that. There a problem? Yeah. Is there a problem? No, no problem. Sorry, it's just something I heard. And what's that? That the Blue Bloods have gotten something special in recently. Can't trust everything you hear out there. Or read. Or see. No, no, of course not. But is it true? A Noah mask? Like the man said, you gotta be careful what stories you listen to. Come on, what could it even cost? A couple thousand? Heh. I wouldn't know. I'm no art appraiser. But I do know that it's rare. Fun fact, no means talent. But I don't think that translation does it justice. Less than a dozen people on this planet who can make them. So what's so special about it? I mean, them. If they exist, which they don't. If you want a mask, you already got one on your chin, lady. State puts up cameras, we put on masks. State adds layered scans, we wear helmets. High-tech climbs higher, low-tech punch lower, back and forth up the escalators. But a nose mask got tech that can't be answered. Scissors sharp enough to cut rock. That's crazy. Like a mask that lets you hide from the state if you wear it. Anti-facial recognition fractalized active defense. Any camera, scanner, or ad look at that mask and you'll see a face, within a face, within a face, within a face until fatal error. Forget hiding from cameras, searching for blind spots. With a no mask, you can just walk down the busiest street in the city and brick every camera in half a kilometer. That's crazy. What? That's insane. But that's so suspicious though. If this nose mask does exactly what it does, like what they say it does, if you walk down a busy street, someone's gonna notice every camera bricking. And then they're gonna be like, okay, someone's walking around with this damn mask breaking every camera. You know your stuff. Buyer beware. But if this mask could do half of what you think it could, anyone who got their hands on it wouldn't part easily with it. So how much? More than you can afford, that's for sure. I don't know about that. I got a pretty nice stock option. Maybe you do have the money. That's not the issue. I can't sell it. It's already been spoken for. End of discussion. Well, sure. You can't sell something that's been spoken for, but things get misplaced all the time. Delivery carriers showing up to the wrong address, missing packages ending up on the back of storage facilities, merchandise falling off the back of the proverbial truck. You weren't sent here on some errand. Crap. What is it? Take a long look, boys, because you may never get another chance. We're breathing the same air as a genuine consultant. Oh my god, they think I'm a consultant? No way. She's some kind of meg spy? If I was, couldn't exactly come out and say, now could I? Oh crap! Is it really this easy? Yeah, that's real smart talk. Now give me one reason I shouldn't paint your brains onto the wall. Because I still haven't paid for my purchase? Duh. Definitely got the nerves of a consultant. They teach you that in some fancy uptown corpo school? Or was it something that you were born with? Something I was born with? Probably. But believe it or not, I'm glad we're having this conversation. Honesty always speeds up the negotiation. So in the spirit of cooperation, why don't you just start being honest too? How's that? You don't want my money, traceable or otherwise. Only reason you entertain a customer while in the middle of whatever bottleneck you're keeping behind that door is because I have something rare that you desperately need. Don't assume desperation or need. How about want? You want the dark card account itself, not whatever currency it holds. And why is that? To steal from your bosses. You don't know what the heck you're talking about. They're the ones stealing from us. Yes, I'm sure you have very legitimate grounds for a wage theft suit, but I don't care. Whether it's for running away, skimming off the top, or just as insurance, you want a wallet they don't have eyes on. And since your tall friend hasn't misted me yet, it seems that you're willing to barter for it. So, the card for the mask. Not even close. The card plus 2/4 of my salary. That's nearly... Nah, sister, you don't have the cash for this purchase. And it ain't the kind of thing you can get a loan from the bank for. I don't like it, but... Not cash then. Might as well try it. What about information instead? I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it would have to be one hell of a piece of intel. I could give you heartbreak. Huh. What'd he say? Funny. That is funny. Heartbreak, the most famous anarcho-terrorist in the country, at some Meg's beck and call. Upgraded to anarcho-terrorist now? Ugh. Lots of people were laughing very hard having shorted the right stocks before each of his kills. Hold up, seriously? No, why do people buy this conspiracy stuff so easily? Yeah. I don't get the joke. Why would we want heartbreak? To learn from him? Make an example of him? Hire him? You blue bloods have been fighting the Rust, the Ikadia, and state, and everyone who wants a peace for decades. Yet heartbreak's gotten more notoriety than all of you combined in only a few months. There's really nothing you want to say to him? Nothing you want to ask him? If he was sitting right in front of you, I mean, they are. The following scene contains... Oh my god. Okay, everyone avert your eyes. The following scene contains what? Loud noises. Flashes of light. Depictions of violence and gore. Everyone look away! Close your eyes! Hell of a bluff. I'll give you that. Thought it was worth a try. Okay, never mind. God, they know how to ramp up the tension. Sorry, just procrastinating. Having to go back on my superiors. Having to go back to my superiors empty-handed. Nah, it was good. Good effort. I mean, I'm still interested in the dark card. It's just that mask is a death sentence, crafted specifically for one very special customer. I'm just the one given the honor of hanging onto it until... sounds like you got your own office politics to worry about. Getting pulled in every direction. I know the feeling. Well, that was a bunch of drama for nothing. She gonna buy or what, Creek? Oh, I'm still buying. Not for some kid's party, obviously. Plan is... We're gonna spike the competition at this meet and greet, make the customer think they're drooling idiots. The mask was always a long shot. I was just personally curious. Curiosity can get you in trouble down here at the bottom of the world. Don't worry. I like to think that I know a thing or two about discretion. I could see that. Let's wrap this up then. Your password and your thumbs, please. Sure, it's not gonna work. I'll just take off my gloves here. Oh, yeah. I make a snap of my right hand as my left extends towards the desk. Did I steal this guy's hands? Viewer discretion advised. Oh no. Everyone, look away. Look away. Real quick before I forget, do you have a bag for all this? Yeah, actually, got a few in the drawer. The hell? Only needed to distract him for a second. Look at that smile. Right here. The sword. Right here. Less than one heartbeat. Gun? She didn't even know. I know, but the other person who tried to take me down, she was like, oh, she has a knife. She didn't even realize I had a gun. I did tell him to mind his safety. I stole his gun. Huh? The big one made a small noise as he looked down to see that his own gun had blown a fist-sized chunk out of his torso. Oh god, I stole his gun. Holy... There we go. Ugh! He jumped up fast. I was expecting to blow his head off. Miller! From behind, a shape charging towards me. Spinning left, I draw my knife, exhale, lower my shoulders. There. A loud broadcast haymaker swinging in from his right. Bad instinct. He's gotten used to those sparklers making people flinch. I step in, and his bicep smacks dully into my shoulder as I place my knife directly into his carotid. Or the carotid. I don't know how to say it. He's gripping that knife with all the strength he has in his left. He's gonna die. Wait, is he really gonna try and pull it out? Yeah, he did. Someone's been stabbed. What do? When applying first aid to a puncture wound, removing the foreign object is not recommended as this can greatly increase the blood loss. Yep. Horrible mistake. Another bad instinct. Horrible. Oxygen cut off to the brain, already losing vision. Red. And dropped with all the grace of a garbage bag hitting the bottom of a dumpster. They all think that I'm red. A bunch of butterflies seem to be having a funeral. Welcome in, funeral. So that just leaves. Oh God, he's gonna get absolutely. He's cooked. Hasn't moved the muscle. Newest member, weakest in the pack. Personally, I wouldn't have given the new guy guard duty, but hindsight's 2020. Objective failed. Yeah. The gun's double-barreled, 2 shots spent, and Miller has my knife in a literal death grip. I'll just have to improvise for this last one. The sword. Ooh. What the hell? Why not? I'm just dragging it on the ground. Oh, crap. Though, come to think of it, how do you use this thing? Aim for the bleachers, I guess. Oh, fuck. I love how they immediately assumed that I was the Red Riding Hood. His due. Episode 2. His due, yep. Did I take the mask though? Barely got 3 centimeters into his neck. Must have hit a vertebrae and stopped dead. Still got the job done after a few whacks, but, well, it was my first time with a sword. And I've never been very good at anything the first time. I've always needed lots of practice. Okay, the music should have deadened the sound of the gunfire. And that gun was heavily modified. If it somehow still has its tags, it can't possibly be functioning properly. So I've got a window of opportunity. First things first, gloves back on. Oh, he's still alive. Wow, someone's lively. You, who the hell? What kind of mod is keeping him alive? A cruelty under his circumstances. I could hear that slug tear his intestines apart. The pain alone should have knocked him out cold, yet his fingers are limp, his eyes sharp. Paralyzed. There are rules, I thought. Blood's pooling fast. You got 4 minutes. 4 minutes for what? Everything. You're no mega assassin. You're too talkative. Who sent you? Fox? Gray Lady? All that red should have... You're the Rust's newest rabbit, dog, caribou? It's cute how you all give each other nicknames. You're civilian? Where's the mask? What? Go to hell. You just looked right at the desk drawer. I thought you said you played poker. Need your keys. A civilian thief? Theft is victimless. It's robbery when violence is involved. So you're just out of your goddamn mind. I'm the last person you'll ever talk to, Creek. Your choice, but do you really want to be rude? You seem like you can take it. The key clicks into the small safe and I pull upon the door to reveal paperwork. Page after page of spreadsheets and diagram and text, all printed in red. Is this important? Ha, so considerate. Nah, just throw it anywhere. Okay. I was joking. 3 minutes now. Sarcasm costs you time you don't have. There it is, a gleaming darkness in the back of the safe. So that's it. You. All this. All of us. For that? Just for that? I get asked that question a lot. Oh, this is so hard. Would you feel better if I had killed you for a different reason? If I had a good reason for blowing a hole in your stomach, would it have hurt any less? Huh. You still got more than 2 minutes, plenty of time. I could spin up whatever fairy tale you'd like to put you to bed. Yeah. I bring the mask to my face and for a brief moment, the surface seems to writhe. Is it trying to adjust itself to me? Suppose it makes sense you wanted a mask so bad. If I was as hideous as you on the inside, I wouldn't want to go barefaced either. Hit a nerve? Must be the worst kind of feeling, being seen. Seen by someone you can't even hurt anymore. Well, I see you, heartbreak. Oh, he knows. Yeah, big, bad, faceless heartbreak. I'm just a dumb punk, but even I could make. Don't flatter yourself. It's not that you're particularly perceptive. I just don't have anything to hide when a corpse is talking. First honest thing you said. So what gives, heartbreak or HBK? You're clearly not an idealist. All the terrorism, rebellion theories out the window. You go around killing cause your daddy smack you around? Your mommy not hug you enough? My father never laid a hand on me. My mother hugged me, a sufficient amount. So what the heck's your excuse? I don't make excuses. Then what the hell's wrong with you? Less than a minute now. I could spend that time making up a diagnosis if you'd like. Or would you prefer that I just come over there and squeeze? How many? Another question straight out of the greatest hits. How can I put this? How many times have you eaten bread? Never. Got a gluten thing. Whatever. Point is, I'm not a collector. This is not my hobby. I do not keep count. There is no code. I do what I do. I do what I want as often as I want to. Do what thou wilt. Whole of the law. Is that it? This is so hard, man. Are you kidding me? I'm not a collector. This is not my hobby. I do not keep count. There is no code. I do what I want as often as I want to. Yeah. Don't know what you're referencing. JoJo reference. Yeah. But from where you're sitting, do I really look like the law-abiding type? I bring the mask back down to my face again and the surface seems to shudder. Forget it. Least I know you deserve what's coming. I've heard a lot of empty threats in people's last moments creak. They're never that memorable. Told you that mask was a death sentence, that it was spoken for. They called it a huntsman from overseas. They called in a huntsman from overseas. Home turf. Huntsman can become anyone. Go anywhere, kill anything. Supposed to come over and slaughter the rust. That mask was part of his payment. He'll be looking for it. Possession is 9/10 the law. What the hell's that supposed to mean? Finders keepers. Forget it. I don't need to scare you. Huntsman, hunter, too much meaning lost. Always thought better translation was pelt taker. He'll find you, flail you alive, wear your skin, then go and murder everyone you ever. She laughs. Oh, he's laughing too. What a face. Should have taken you up on dipping out early. Wait, should have taken you up on dipping out early. Anything beat dying, staring at a face like that. What face? So, a huntsman coming to get me? Nah, the dead and the dying make for strong bluffers. And I've seen more than a few of them try their hand at improv. Time to move. I need to scuff things up a bit more. Make this look like an orca shootout then. Then a visit from me. Cover tracks. The sword was not worth the effort. Lesson learned, but I now have to remove it for this next part. His eyes. Can't tell the model from the outside, but I can make a strong educated guess at the price range. If they back up any data, it can't be more often than once an hour. It'll be 10 o'clock soon. I'm gonna need something with heft to it. Skull. See no evil. Oh my god. Well, the bat's definitely spent, but his eyes are no longer a problem. And the sword is fine where it is. I'm not gonna tempt fate and risk nicking myself with it. So he's done. Get it back. My knife. Weapons are inherently disposable. I can kill with anything. So I'd never bother to retrieve one from a dead man's grip. But I might need that knife again shortly. So I'll be taking this back, Miller. I had to pry. Why is it that the dead are always grasping? That's all the burning issues addressed. Time to take care of the chores. I had to remove my gloves to convince them that I could use the dark card. That means I handled all the murder weapons with my bare hands. Obviously, I'll need to wipe my prints off the gun and my knife. But once I put my gloves back on before opening Creek's I put my gloves on before opening Creek's safe and cracking Trey's skull. So what does that leave? Focus, no mistakes. The remotes. Yep, the remotes. The card. Return keys. No, not the return keys. I touched a remote. This is the remote I used to distract the big guy. I need to wipe my prints off of it, of course, but should I turn the music back off? No, it was playing when I first walked in, best to preserve continuity. And besides, what was it that he said? We like it loud, screws with bugs? He was right about that much. A little smoke screen never hurts. Yep. The card. The dark card played its role as bait perfectly, even if it's the reason I'm having to go around to wiping off prints. I'll never be able to pull funds off of it, but I might as well use it again if, it's stuck. Creek must have dropped it harder than I realized. Getting shot in the stomach doesn't help with handling delicate electronics. No way I'm going to risk taking the whole reader with me. It could have any number of pings and strings leading back to the manufacturer or even the blue bloods themselves. No, I'll wipe the dark card off and then set the whole reader back on the desk. For all anyone knows, Creek's pod mugged it off of some slumber, and we're trying in vain to get beer money off of it. Yep. I like the difference between this episode and the last. Yeah, this one's a lot more grungy. And then finally, the keys. Right, the keys I took off of him to open the safe. The blue bloods are going to find out that I took the mask eventually, but I see no reason to give them any hints. And on the off chance the police get here first, I'd rather them not investigate this as a robbery. All's that's to say, you can have these back, Creek. Did I make sure Creek was actually dead? There's probably something else. It says advance, but the fact that they're letting me... No mistakes. Oh, the sword. The sword. I gripped the handle with both hands when I brought it down on his neck. Thinking back, I dragged the tip across the floor, didn't I? Crap, I got Miller's blood on it. That's sloppy. That's dumb. Why the hell did I... No, forget it. There's nothing I can do about it anyways. Fingerprints can be wiped off, but there's no cleaning agent on Earth that can hide blood from a modern forensics team. And I'm not looking to do an encore performance of my reaction to those goddamn fickle bobbies. Okay, so that's clean. I'm glad we did that. Anything else? I don't think we touched anything else. Okay, I don't think we touched anything else. I'm so glad we caught the thing. Okay, look up and down, not advance. Looking. Where's the gun? Okay, I wiped off my prints off of the gun before. I don't think there's anything else. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. We got everything. We almost missed the katana. We would have been screwed. Advance. Can't exactly spend all night on this. Am I good here? Yeah, I think I'm good. I don't think I touched anything else. The sword, the gun that I already wiped prints off, returned the key. I returned the key, wiped off my prints off of the remote, the dark card, got my knife back. I erased the evidence there. What else is there? One more check. The paper? I don't think the paper was good. Oh yeah, the paper. No, but I got the paper after I put my gloves on. So I put my gloves on after I killed these guys. When I went to, after I killed them, I put my gloves back on. So the paper is fine. I don't think there's anything else. I feel like if I took a hit of this, I would have to like finish it off or something like that. But everything else is clean. There's nothing else. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, call it here. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, I think I'm good. All right, call it here. Okay. Yeah, okay, this feels like the scene's been set. Yes, okay. The fact that they gave me money and that much, that means I did well. It's a strange sensation, erasing your own presence. A sense of supremely private accomplishment, like placing the last piece into a milk-white jigsaw puzzle and then throwing it into the trash. It's not unpleasant, but I can't linger here any longer to savor it. Time to draw this to a close. All right, who is this? This poor dude. Thank God for the mask. I can still tell it smells god awful in here, but it's bearable. Rehydrated sweat and vomit, scents full of adrenaline and sickly heat. Unfiltered, I'd be at risk of getting sick if it weren't for all the blood. Bound man. Right. Oh my God. What to do with you? Blindfolded, gagged, hands bound above him with plastic ties and linen wrappings, beaten, bloody, and drugged. These syringes, they wanted him to stay conscious. Not very popular, are you? Still, you're not dead. And with these kinds of injuries, you won't die soon. Not without a push. That might be the most charitable thing to do under these circumstances. He must have wished for death at least once during all this torture. Too bad. That bat that barred the door is now in splinters. Anyone walking in after me won't realize that this room was locked from the outside. If this captive had somehow gotten his hands on a blade, there would be nothing stopping him from stepping out of here and butchering his captors. The Blue Bloods will want someone to blame for this death of 4 of their men. And unlike the police, they won't bother arresting an innocent man and putting him up for trial for all the world to see. They'll wrap things up for me. Huh? Hold that for me. As for the gun? What's with that? Wait, what's with that? All I did was tuck the gun into your waistband, pal. Oh. Okay. I could see how that would be distressing under the circumstances. Did they cut off his thing? Oh my God. Well, you can relax about that. It's not loaded. A few minutes from now, you're gonna wish it was. Out again already? Rest up while you can. When you wake up, you'll want to start running. So she's gonna pin it on him. Sweet. 3:35 p.m., August 14th, 2086. Like I practice. And she has no idea I just did all that. It's so good. Like I practice. Irashai. Yes, irashaimasu. Pardon? No, if you're welcoming, you're not welcoming someone to a business. You're not running a restaurant. You don't say irashai. You don't say that. Oh, hello. Giamani. Keep working on it, kid. Bar. Oh, it's a bar. Okay, that makes sense. Kintsugi. Oh, I see. Kintsugi is the art of putting broken things back together and using gold or using a kind of metal as a glue. Didn't mean to interrupt you in the middle of training your new employee. How's it working out? Bah, it is she, right? I never worked this close with an ad before. She is unbearably forgiving, so I doubt you'll get sued. Sarah has a job now, yeah. She's fine, good at cleaning, precise with her mixing, knows a hell of a lot of trivia. Popular with the younger crowd, I think. This is the place with the android bartender. They talk like I installed a new karaoke machine. I didn't know you had a younger crowd. Funny, what's that make you, grandma? More of a learning curve to her than I was expecting. Did you cheap out on her base installs? It's like I have to teach her everything. Trust me, there's nothing cheap about Sarah. Yeah, Sarah's worth hella cash. So, the Noah masks. Nirvana is a drug, Blue Blood is a gang, Automated Dependent, the ads. And we finally have Sarah. Look how smug she is. Paralegal apprentice at Kintsugi. Split-fueled Dioper. Wing Chun. Folding clothes. Dislikes mops, variety packs, and fire alarms. I could do a full split, but that is not useless. Wait. Useless talent. Oh, I see. Favorite quote: as you think, so shall you become. Confession: I tried to use Adonai's makeup and broke a lipstick. How dare you? Trust me, there's nothing cheap about Sarah. But yes, she can take a minute when learning the ropes. Grin and bear it a while longer. Once she does find her footing, she'll have you worried about job security in no time. Yeah, her weight, she's 200 kilos. It's insane. Keep it up. I didn't have to do you the favor of hiring her, you know? Favor? Plenty of people out there would kill to work at an up-and-coming bespoke establishment like the bar Kintsugi. I think I hear them pounding on the door now. Technically, legally, you didn't hire anyone. I generously agreed to loan you my Android during the hours when I have no use for it. These kinds of arrangements aren't uncommon. Androids can, in theory, work 24 hours a day indefinitely, but their users can't. Parents come home from work, people go to sleep, staff take holidays, office closed for the night. The end result of all that slack is a lot of Androids spending a good portion of their operating time waiting around. So the more enterprising owners loan them out during that downtime, ideally to businesses with complementary working hours. There are plenty of apps and HR software to help arrange it all, but Sarah's apprenticeship wasn't that on the books. After the fallout around David's death settled down, I came to realize exactly how shortchanged I was in our paralegal agreement. She's handy for research and rote work, of course, but she barely sleeps, barely eats, finishes paperwork at lightning speed. I was spending more time finding stuff to keep her busy than I was actually working. And of course, I value my alone time. Yes. It was on one of those long walks of mine that I recalled Reinhardt was having trouble getting his bar up and running. Takes a village to keep the world's most advanced Android busy. Yeah, lone, whatever. Sarah's the one who clocks in and out, does the work, cleans the bathroom, she's the employee. Well, if she was an employee, you would have to cover her benefits. Not in my current income bracket. I checked 3 times. Wait, you're not taking her paycheck, are you? It's not a paycheck. Don't lawyer me on this stuff. Sarah can't earn a paycheck. She's not a person. If she walks like a person and talks like a person and works like a person, the Supreme Court disagrees by 13-0. Yeah, well, Supreme Courts have been wrong about that kind of thing before, haven't they? Do I hear a touche? Sarah, tell boss here what you spend your salary on. I have started purchasing cases of wine. Wait, that's what those deliveries were? As the wine appreciates, its resale value will increase, especially if I can predict which vintages will be in high demand. Since I don't have a bank account, I can't earn interest in the traditional sense, but if I stay up to date on the sommelier reviews. So you'll resell the wine at a profit, and what will you do with that money? Buy more wine? Stop it, you're making her depressed. Yeah. She was like, what will I do with all this money now? I also did purchase a cachet of sheet music. What? What for? Practice. She wants to play piano. Yeah. You're muttering. Forget it. None of my business. Speaking of business, this place isn't exactly packed. Also, what is she wearing? Oh my god. A one piece? Oh my god. Amazing. Well, are you volunteering to help with that? There are lawyer bars, right? Right? Where all the lawyers go after trial? No. Kintsugi could be a lawyer bar. Yeah, those lawyer bars are usually close to the courthouse though. Just don't. Everything I signed and paid, I can't think about what ifs on location anymore. This is the spot that was available and I need a soda water with all the stress on my stomach. Sarah, 10 bar. Ahem. What are you buying, stranger? What are you selling? What was that? Boss has been teaching me his bar-side manner. He says that his clientele expect a certain degree of maturity when they come in here. So you're using a deeper voice? Is it not working? Please let me know when you're ready to order. Oh no. Sarah, no, Sarah. Did someone leave this behind after their lunch break? Could be trouble if they left anything work-related on here. I'll help them out by throwing it in the trash after I'm done reading it. Sirius debuts new fuel, named a new lawsuit. I'm going to call him Sirius. Okay, Dr. Sirius made waves in the scientific community. New helium-based fuel, one intended to replace hydrogen in combustion vehicles ranging from personal vehicles to full-size freighter. Only a few days later, that made headlines again when that patent was leaked to the global net. Now, Proteca, an investment firm and long financial backer of Dr. Sirius, has filed a lawsuit alleging that not only that Dr. Sirius failed in their responsibility to protect their investment, but actually allowed the leak to occur. Interesting. So, we sat down with Dr. Sirius and asked them to respond. For those who may not be familiar, what makes your process for distilling helium fuel so valuable? Okay, in this world, if you're not plugged into an outlet, you're running on a battery or you're burning fuel. Batteries are useful, but they scale poorly. A battery-powered phone is light enough to be weightless in your pocket. A battery-powered plane wouldn't generate enough lift to get off the ground. Now, aside from a number of closely guarded national reserves, there's no fossil fuels left. The wells were pumped dry years ago, so after we were forced to adapt in a rather abrupt period of growing pains, hydrogen has become the global standard for fueling long-distance machinery. Therein lies the problem. The plane I took here runs on hydrogen. It produces nothing but water vapor. What's the problem? The problem is that laborers fueling your plane before it took off had their fingers crossed the entire time, afraid that if the absolute grounding field failed, one static spark could blow up the whole airport. What makes helium superior? Yeah, because he's using hydrogen. Now helium is they're trying to do. The helium-2 fuel we developed is not pure helium, to be clear, but not near enough. Unlike hydrogen fuels, what we created is non-combustible. You can fire a flamethrower over a tank of it and it will remain perfectly safe. How does a non-combustible fuel power combustion engines? Helium-2 is non-combustible, but in the presence of our specialized catalyst, it can be ignited to generate forces comparable to, or in some tests superior to, the horsepower exhibited by hydrogen engines. What's the catch? So far, it's expensive to distill, and the catalyst materials are even more expensive to produce. We have yet to even simulate a profitable commercial flight, for instance. That's a pretty serious catch. Steel wasn't profitable before the Bessemer process, which I know what the Bessemer process is, because I did study mechanical engineering, and I had to do engineering material classes. So I do know what the Bessemer process is. I won't go into it because it's kind of boring, but I did not like materials, or mechanic of materials it's called. Are we running out of helium soon? I heard there's a lot on the moon. Like lots and lots of helium on the moon. They just have to farm it on the surface. That's if you guys want to see a cool movie about that, there's a movie literally just called Moon with the actor Sam something. Super nice guy, but super nice movie too. Kind of depressing, but it's a great movie. Are you hoping for someone else to do that, improve upon your process? I know where you're going with this, but the answer is yes, of course. I'd be overjoyed for someone to improve upon what we've built. That's essentially what Proteca is accusing you of doing, isn't it? Leaking your data intentionally so that others around the world are free to start experimenting with it? I don't think it's legally wise of me to try and summarize Proteca's lawsuit against me and my laboratory. Listen, energy is limitless. It cannot be expended. By that virtue, there cannot be a scarcity of it. You will never have a monopoly of it. And since it is infinite, the correct market price for it will, over a long enough time scale, trend to zero. I don't think I'm being cynical when I say that there are people who don't like that very basic math. But I'm going to stop you there because you're getting into your next topic, politics. Do you consider yourself a political person? No. Have you ever been a member of the Communist Party? No. Do you believe science to be apolitical? Yes. So why is it that you are so frequently invoked as an example of the liberal bias in the sciences? Science is progress moving forward, learning more about our universe, deepening our understanding of its mechanics, and the process will never be conservative. Science doesn't move backwards. So calling all conservatives backwards is, no, that's not what I said. but you're free to interpret as you like. Science is reproducible, no miracles required, miracles are prohibited. If one person can do it, anyone can do it. And so science is inherently egalitarian. Okay, so this guy is a for the people, everything should be free, everything should be available. Interesting. For a pop sci figurehead, Sirius sure keeps busy. Guess I don't have any evidence proving that they aren't legitimately brilliant, but I can't take seriously anyone who guest stars on TV that much. Can't deny they seem to be making progress with new kinds of fuels. Not renewable energy, like helium fuel. Yeah, new fuels. Some of the only new fuels we've seen in a decade. Could be decades longer until it's actually practical. But any new fuel has to be less volatile than hydrogen. Please don't throw that data pad out. Its owner might come back. Perish the thought. Though, now that you planted the idea into my head, a self-fulfilling prophecy. Throw it in the trash now. Okay. I like one thing they added to this chapter. Before, it felt like I was on rails, you know? It felt like I was on rails because like you were forced to find everything and then you could advance the story. Now you can just say, you know what, I don't want to find anything, I'm just gonna advance and just leave. But I don't like doing that. I like finding everything. Rain must have searched for months to find an affordable underground real estate that wasn't flooded or already filled to the brim with server farms. Putting Sarah on cleaning duty was a good call. If any of the tiling here starts to grime up, could start feeling like a subway station bathroom real fast. Peruse. It's a well-stocked bar. Got tea and coffee too, if that's what you're into. Nice ambiance. Soft lighting, warm on a chill day, and cool on a hot night. Now all that's left to do is wait for the customers to stream in. I wonder what new things they'll add for episode 3. I wonder. Any day now. Okay, so people aren't showing up. Finally, cats. Oh, pet the cats. Yes, it's a lucky cat. Yeah. Did you say something, Adonai? No. I suddenly got the strong impression that there was something you wanted to say. Don't know what you're talking about. As you say, I want to pet the cat. I think I'm ready to order. Of course. Nah, I'll take this, Sarah. Go wipe the tables for a bit. No one has sat on them since I last cleaned them. Then pretend to clean them like a normal employee. Understood. Man, that's funny. Like I told you guys, one of my first jobs I ever worked, I worked at an ice rink. I remember when the big boss would come in, like the big boss would come in. Not even like the boss of the ice rink, like the county executive, because I worked for Parks and Rec. Well, we were considered Parks and Rec. The county executive would come in. Everyone's like, "Oh crap, he's coming. Make yourself look busy." And I was like, "Dude, I'm not gonna make myself look busy just for this guy. Who is this guy?" So I would just do my job normally. One guy would be like vacuuming the floor, even though there's nothing on the floor. I'd be like, "Dude, he's gonna call you out on it," and he did. He was like, "Dude, what the hell do you think you're doing? Are you wasting my time? What do I pay you for?" I was like, "Oh my god, it's that guy. Crazy." I'm glad I left that job though. What's got you so tense? Take a wild guess. Did Sarah ask for a raise? Be serious, Red. What happened last night? Your information was accurate for the most part. A pod of mid-level blue bloods had it. Seems like they were told to sit on it. And were they willing to sell it? Nope. Laughed at my price, called me a spoiled Meg, and kicked my butt out the door. She's not gonna tell him that she took it. They weren't curious where you got your information from? Honestly, no. They rushed me out of there pretty fast once they heard my offer. Were they expecting more company? I got the impression they had work to get back to. Okay. Anything else I should know? No. Anything you want to ask me? How did you two meet? She's so interested. The tables. On my second day, you told me not to over-polish them in order to keep things lo-fi. Is it that inappropriate of a question? You lived in the city for decades, boss. But Adonai didn't move here until she started her apprenticeship under the Masters and Matt. If you're gonna tell people my whole life story at every possible opportunity, I'll just shred my resume and start mailing you around instead. How we met, huh? Well, that story's not very good. I'll skip to the end and cut to the heart of our relationship, Sarah. I pay Reinhardt a finder's fee. He tells me where I can get into high-stakes poker games. It's not a lie. Now you know my terrible secret. Disappointed? It's not illegal to gamble. I don't go on my phone and wager my paycheck stubs on point spreads. I gamble. And since I can't afford the entrance fee for one of those anonymous masked ball cult vibe blimp casinos the rich go to, I count on your boss here to find me tables to play at. Guilty. So you traveled to the lower wards to gamble illegally. Truth be told, I have had my suspicions. She's like, I'm so disappointed in you. I expected better. Why do you gamble? Not knowing that I'm a serial killer that kills people. Seeing you go out at such odd hours without so much as your phone. You're gonna turn me in? Oh, hello. I have a bad feeling. Irashai. Or is it more firm? Like, Irashai. Two firm-looking men in finely pressed black suits with shades tinted so dark they must need modded eyes to see from behind them. Despite the subtle color palette, they stand out. It's hard not to in clothes that look that expensive. Clothes with some kind of pin on them. Matching pins. And suit noir. Slick shades. Or shade slicks. More emphasis on the ra. Oh, thank you. Irashai mase. Irashai mase. Very nice. I think I just heard the delivery drones bumping around outside, Sarah. Would you check out the back? Your vintages might have arrived. Go on. Please excuse me then. Afternoon then, gentlemen. What can I do for you? Mr. Diamandni. Pardon us for dropping in without first making an appointment. No trouble at all. Still getting the place cleaned up? I'm awfully embarrassed that I failed to realize that property lay within your borders. Is this a gang? If you come with me to the back, I'd be happy to settle whatever debt. We look like petty landlords to you? If you owed us tribute, you know it by now. My mistake. Well, if you're here for information, I gladly will and deal. How about you? We're not here to shop either. We're here looking for Morgan. Uh-oh. Well? That name rings a bell. Any bells, Mr. Diamani? Right. Listen, boys, I'm not sure. Sorry. Had something blaring in my earbud. I'm a Morgan Esquire, specifically. How can I be of service? I mostly practice criminal defense, but I do offer a few other services. You two look corporate. I can recommend some good workplace attorneys. I've got a business card somewhere. We're not interested in that. Of course not. Well, I'm flattered you come all the way here to find me. You must have already tried the home office. We can set something up for. You need to come with us now, ma'am. Hey, I thought you said there was nothing I needed to know. Business day's over for me, gentlemen. Can this matter wait until tomorrow? Does it look like it can? I must eep now. Go eep. You eep. You me, honk me, so you can eep. So go eep so you can honk me. Go eep. Eep. The subtitles look so bad. Oh no. Alright, good night, fridge. Great manners, this one. Time sensitive then? My rate will have to reflect that. Send us the bill. We can afford it. Music to any lawyer's ears. So, who is we then? You think you're funny? Compared to you? Morgan! These fine gentlemen are from House Ikadia. I'm familiar. You are? I've seen their names in the paper. Yeah. Plastering their names all over the uptown opera houses and homes for the sick or whatever, or hospitals. Yeah, they're trying to clean up their image. Though, I didn't recognize that name when the Blue Bloods were cursing it last night, so maybe that propaganda's working. Doesn't matter how generous they are at galas, they're still the richest, most powerful criminal organization in the city. Rich and powerful. Why bother with a criminal qualifier? Sorry, might I ask about the nature of this engagement? The situation is developing, Mr. Diamani. We appreciate your patience. That's not what you want to hear. So I gathered. Your presence have been requested at the family estate, ma'am. For business or... The Ikadia are always business. Shall we get you your coat? Such gentlemen knew those suits weren't just for show. I can see myself out just fine, though. Adonai. What's going on? Are you going somewhere? That's why they pay me the big bucks. These men are very athletic. Yeah. But perhaps I should come with you. If they want to arm wrestle, you'll be the first to know. Call me when you get there, yeah? If I'm actually in danger, I won't even be conscious when I arrive, but I appreciate the thought. So I'm going by myself? Without Sarah? Boss? Who are those men? Really? New clients for Morgan? Really? Hopefully. Hopefully? Yeah, hopefully. Because if House Ikadia puts her on retainer, she'll be able to buy you as much wine as you like. But what do you mean by house? Alright, pay attention. If I'm going to lecture, might as well try to teach. Start with ice. You want lots of it, but a low surface area, so never use crushed, okay? Starts to melt into the liquor, waters the whole thing down. Understood. 1.5 ounces of vodka. And what do we look for in a good vodka? Smoothness, yeah. Correct, it's a mark of quality, making the bitter go down easy. So, the nobility, do you know what that is? Historically, the ruling class, as enforced through economic or military might and maintained by familial relations. Juice of a full lime. Look for a little spring and the consistent color across the skin. Nobility. Old money is another word for it, and the older it is, the slower it moves. Only so much wealth you can accrue in one lifetime. Start collecting from serfs or in selling horses, but the Industrial Revolution comes along, shows the world what real wealth acquisition looks like, and then you get new money, which always dwarfs old money. Inflation and split inheritance shave away any generational wealth. That's liquid. Now new money and old money, they don't like each other. Doesn't new money eventually become old money? If the old money can help it, no one ever becomes old money. Triple sec, 1 ounce. My family was new money. Try to make the transition, join the right clubs, shake the right hands, make the right marriages, laugh at the bad jokes. Bad jokes can be entertaining in their own right. Not the kind of bad I'm talking about. I don't understand. That's alright, you shouldn't need to know. But what do you mean your family was new money? Times changed. About 30 years ago, recession, depression, civil unrest, political upheaval. Most people, they were so scared they could barely think about tomorrow, let alone next year. But a decent man's chaos is a cruel man's investment opportunity. True. I wonder if they'll swap between defense attorney story and serial killer story each episode. I really hope so. I really really do. They got 3 episodes left to work with. They got episode 3, 4, and 5, which is so cool. So while everyone else was panic selling off everything they could buy so they can buy food and water, a certain type of personality was buying for pennies on the dollar, as it were. Give me a peel of that lime as shallow as possible. Any white you see is just bitter. 1 ounce of gin. Almost said gin. They were rough years, but they passed. And at the end of it all, some were standing with a lot more than they came in with. New money, a new kind of new money, the new nobility, neobility, if you're writing a think piece. Unabashed oligarchs and devourer barons. When the governments of the world tried to re-privatize the industries they had taken over with emergency powers, they were there to snatch them. And they started at the bottom. Steel, fuel, grain, machine parts, medicine. Here enters House Ikadia. Or that's how they exited. They went into the red decade as the Ikadia cartel. Drug smugglers and extortionists, thieves and murderers. They came out as one of the richest, most respectable names in the country. Not that they actually stopped doing any of that thieving and murdering, mind you. Put that top on tight, then shake. So, are they a crime family? Like the mob? This is the 21st century, kid. It's muddier than that. House Ikadia is not literally one family, not even one race or creed. They're simply the strongest criminal organization in the city on paper, but not in practice. Practice is what they're lacking. Haven't had to get their hands dirty, haven't had to maintain a presence in the lower ward in years. They make their profits from investments, blackmail, and more than a little inside trading. So they're criminal, yes, but their muscles atrophied. Time for a taste test. Oh, that's not right at all. The hell did I forget? Boss? There must have been some other criminal organizations 30 years ago. Others poised to take advantage of the changing times. Yeah. So what did Ikadia do to set themselves apart from the rest back then? Stupid. Most important ingredients. Can't read that. A drop of grenadine. There we go. Beautiful. The Lady Maria. Ooh, it's beautiful. This is nothing. We'd use a frosted glass if this was for a customer. It looked like a ruby in the right lighting. If you do end up helping Red work with the Ikadia, don't let the warmth of their golden furnishings confuse you. All that glitter is cold. 4:03 p.m., August 14th, 2086. Beautiful. What? It was a quiet and uneventful drive in the back of the limousine. The privacy, at least, was nice. But with Abbott and Costello riding in front, I had no way of getting information out of them, not even passively. So instead, I spent the whole ride trying to play it all out. I can't read, I'm illiterate. So instead, I spent the whole ride trying to play out all the different ways this can go. Time to meet the Yakuza, yeah. I haven't liked any of them so far. I suppose I should have felt relief or gratitude when we pulled up outside an imposing skyscraper instead of an alley. I suppose it's a good sign that no one's put a bag over my head or stuck a needle in my neck. But I don't feel like celebrating. For all I know, they really don't have a clue about what I did in the lower wards last night. But for some reason, they placed their attention on me. And there's little I hate more than unwanted advances. I'm also not a fan of being made to wait. Why am I just sitting out here? In here. Oh, this is indoors. We were too late. Only by a few men. He filled the time slot. Already? Oh, then we got no chance of. Maybe, if his other meeting went well. Are we on hold, gentlemen? In the world's most expensive waiting room? Quiet. I take it he's glaring at me behind those lenses, but I'm far more interested in the sweat glistening on his forehead. Somehow, of the three of us, I'm the most relaxed. This is becoming embarrassing. Can I at least take in the view while I'm here? You can take photos if you'd like, so as long as you're quiet. Really? No, your phone won't work in here. Go figure. Okay, I can look around. Beautiful. Read. Datapad. Sweet. Hold on, let me take a quick drink. Delicious. Is it trying too hard to look unconcerned if I sit down and start reading the news? Maybe. But maybe my boredom outweighs my apprehension at the moment. Not my fault they failed to be sufficiently intimidating. PSS Proposition City ahead of next month's convention. Next month, the city will play host of one of the most competitive political conventions in recent memory, with Senator Maffings expected to face significant opposition from the party outliers. City officials are already under fire for a supposed lack of sufficient convention security. Record high monthly budget for the police department. Private security services include White Adder, Fang, and Democor released a press statement urging the city council to consider contracting their services. Heartbreak was bad enough. Now we're hearing that the cops are dying in the lower wards. Our world crime. Okay, so they're trying to take advantage. The city council declined to comment. The national political spotlight draws lobbyists, delegates, political action committees, and voters, and ahead of the 2-week-long process. 2 weeks for a convention when the nominee was declared 2 years ago. It's a joke. And we're the punchline. Okay, interesting. I suppose it's less offensive than a bare advertisement or a paywall, but why list your donors mid-article? All it does is make my eyes glaze over. Whatever, I got the important part. The city's hosting a convention, that convention next month, putting pressure on the council to vote on hiring mercenaries. Whether or not to bring in private security contractors on top of the massive policing budget. It makes little difference to me. Cops and mercs have different quirks, but they all share the same blind spots. We're Limbus. Limbus will be tomorrow. We're gonna be not finishing episode 2, because I don't feel like streaming that long today because I gotta wake up hella early. But we're gonna be doing this, and we're gonna do Limbus tomorrow along with Library. So we'll do Limbus and then Library. And I think Wednesday is gonna be Lobotomy. So I'm not sure. I still gotta plan out the schedule, but tomorrow for sure. Have you done your dailies? Yes, I actually did my dailies at work, which was really, really nice. So I didn't have anything to do for the first couple hours. I was like, I'm bored. So I just pulled out my phone and I started doing my dailies for Nikke and Limbus. Yeah, it's really good. Only thing I have to do is I have to build up my thread so I can not pity. I guess it's like dispense for sinners that I want. Donkey's good to go. Otis is good to go. I'm building up Ish next so I can get to the middle Ish. But yeah, I'm working on it. It's going well. How about the average law-abiding citizen who would put up with them clogging the streets for 2 weeks though? Get Priest Gregor. Yeah, I need to get Priest Gregor as well. Not like it'll be the least popular political decision made next month. Everyone knows Matthews will be the candidate. That was decided years ago. The contested convention will just be him finding a balance between how much the public opposition he's willing to stomach, against how many favors he feels like giving out. This country's already a circus without any bread. I will see you in the stream. I will see you around, Pinecorn. Thanks for passing on by. I was happy to see you. You'd think the least they can do is make the performances entertaining. What was that in the article about cops dying in the lower wards anyways? Pretty heavy-handed to just make up that kind of thing when the pearl clutching and pinching yourself, even when pearl clutching and pinching yourself at the same time. Okay. Trees. Oh, admire the sky. The illusion isn't unimpressive, I guess. Windows into the heavens sparkling like raindrops across a puddle. It might even be appealing if it wasn't trying to be something it's not. You look up and see hexagons above you in the lower wards too. Rich or poor people can't just imagine themselves under an open sky anymore. Not even in their wildest dreams. And then we have... what else? Anything. Oh! Go fish? Koi? Wait, are there fish? I don't see fish. Wait, there it is! Koi fish! Oh, it's beautiful. Koi fish are so nice, but they're so expensive. I would have one if I had space. If I weren't hyper aware of the flickering sky hanging over my head, this could make for a lovely watering hole. Fish. Fish! But those probably aren't even real fish down there. What? Literal children are capable of keeping goldfish alive, so of course the 0.1%ers can't manage it. Maybe they'll spin it. When their pallid bodies float to the top because some idiot raised the water temperature 2 degrees, they'll be certainly easier to scoop out. No fish. If you're an impatient, undignified idiot, you could argue that it's an efficient way to fish. Yeah. Well, I looked around enough that everything caught my eye, and now I'm all out of ideas. I can't read. Everything except, this. Maybe they don't know why. Maybe they don't know we're here. I'm gonna try knocking. What are you? Hey! Before I get the chance, creaking oak draws my attention to the alternate entrance on the other side of the water. Oh, flashbang! Who is this guy? Hello? Is this the big boss? Hello? Hello? I don't like this. Is this the huntsman? Stop staring and get a move on. If that's the kind of man walking out of this place, who's waiting for me inside? Oh my god. Not even the big boss. Is that the huntsman? 4:09 p.m., August 14th, 2086. Ikadia Tower, residential floors. Grand Hall. Okay. Pomp and circumstance, ceremony and ritual. For some reason, I thought that the Mafia, of all people, would be a little bit more efficient in their execution, a little bit more honest about what they are. Evidently not. Artifice with every glance, costumes and makeup abound. Is this disappointment? That even here, in the supposed bowels of the underworld, there's no escaping the etiquette of it all? She's the one? Doesn't look like much. Huh? Peons! Suddenly their posture stiffens even further, a true feat. Their necks subtly turn towards to a pair of doors in the back, each of them attuned to some signal I'm not receiving. Be still, the young master returns. Huh? Ah, the flashbang! Oh my god. Oh, he's short. Very short. Oh my god, look at him. You're late. Oh, hold on. Wait. Young master, sir, everyone, slow down. We came as soon as we found her, sir. Traffic was. This is just some sassy lost child. Who is this lost child? Where are their parents? Huh? Can someone call security? Silence. Yes, sir. What time were you told to return by? 4 o'clock, sir. And what time is it now? Permission to check my phone? You're late. You were tasked with finding one woman and bringing her here in a timely manner. Sir, you'll speak when I tell you to, and not one word further, or else I'll have your teeth removed. By the way of curbside. Gulp. Is this a prank? Am I being recorded? He who wishes to fight must first count the cost. So says Sun Tzu. Please let this be a prank. This is so corny. And I don't think you can fathom the cost your tardiness has incurred. If the lead up to my execution is just some kid reading from Art of War, I might just... What is the #1 rule in the family? Timeliness, sir. When money gets wasted, it can be replaced. But time only goes one way, and it's always running out. The loss is permanent. Every second wasted is a scar on this house's face. Timeliness is next to godliness. So says I. Oh God. If you two ever waste my time, the house's time again, expect to be dragged through hell. Oh my God, this kid's so corny. Oh my goodness. I'm already there. Please get me out of here. Now both of you, get out. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Useless. You, red woman, you're being addressed. Forget pride. I just want this over with as fast as possible. You're the lawyer, correct? Thank God that he thinks I'm a lawyer and not the actual serial killer. You may answer as fast as possible. I am a lawyer, Morgan, criminal defense, Mr. How should I address you? As all outsiders do, by my name. Makoto of House Ikadia. You, Morgan, criminal defense. You have the great honor of being summoned before me. Don't bother bowing. Once you start, you'll end up prostrated all day, and we have important work to do. Right. Out of abundance of respect for your time, Makoto. Or should I let you know? Oh, I should let you know that I still have no idea what I'm doing here. Oh, look at his flustered face. Oh my goodness. I'll have them kneel on beds of nails later, or some such thing. Mrs. Dufen's? Mrs.? Really? The house has need of your legal services. Oh, I'm gonna be so rich. Would you give me a moment to clear my throat? I need to switch gears. Un instance. Right then, so you want to hire me. One of our own is being slandered by multiple homicide charges. You will defend him. Oh my god. It's the guy I left alive in the Blue Bloods place. The guy I left alive in the Blue Blood place. The police caught him. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to prosecute my own crimes again? You want to hire me? And I'm flattered, Makoto. But did you pull my name out of a hat? Pick a random page in a phone book? I have many books on my phone, libraries full of esoteric knowledge spread across countless tomes. You will have to be more specific. I'm sorry, I misspoke. What I mean is, this is House Ikaria. You must keep a small army of lawyers on retainer. Surely any one of them would be happy to help you. True, we have lawyers. Competent ones, expensive ones, and some who are both. But the best of them are all preoccupied. That's it? They're just all preoccupied? Preoccupied means busy. Thanks. But I'm still not sure how my name specifically was. Do you have a customer survey you want filled out, Mrs. Dufence? You were recommended. What does it matter how it came about? Normally, it wouldn't matter. But when the client I'm recommended to is one of the richest, most well-connected families in the country, it gives me pause. I don't have any friends in high places. Not anymore. That makes it hard to see this as a favor. Not when my employer doesn't even know my name. Of course, my apologies. No doubt you have other questions. Very well, I'll permit you to ask them. Such a gentleman. Okay. Tell me more about yourself. I'd like to know more about you, actually. How long have you... I am the only son of Raphael Ikaria and the only grandson of Daisuke Ikaria. CEO of the Ikaria Financial Group, patriarch of this family, and the chairman of the house. I gather those titles are all one and the same. As one destined to succeed the headship, commanding the family servants is my responsibility and my birthright. So if one of them needs a lawyer, it falls to you. When our loyal men, women, or their families need help, it is my solemn duty to ensure that they are taken care of. And your age? What a boorish question. How old are you, kid? I knew that peasants raised outside our stratus had little understanding of the finer things. But I assumed that one with a law degree would be educated enough to know what is and isn't appropriate to discuss. Why do I feel like he only hired her because he was into her? Maybe. Just because I am younger than some does not mean I am any less capable of managing the people who work for me. Does it, men? No, sir. You definitely command a respect. That is no quinky dink. One of the most frequently noted characteristics of great men who have remained great is loyalty to their subordinates. Says so George S. Patton. That's so interesting. This is an important point. Perhaps another quote is called for. I don't think that's necessary. I'll grant you another. If soldiers are punished before they have grown attached to you, they will not prove submissive. And unless submissive, then will be practically useless. So says Sun Tzu. Back to back. Yes, a second quotation was called for in this instance. If only to emphasize to you that no one stays useless to House Ikaria for very long. I see. Oh, I have a lot of terms. Data pads, we know that. Neobility, yes, we know that. Convention and ballot proposals, helium fuel. Okay, we're good. One way or another. House Ikaria, if I wasn't brought here because of what happened last night, then this is just another job. Meaning all of this starting back at the bar, this has to be their idea of a power move. Thank you for insisting that I get to visit your estate in person. It's beautiful here. An oasis of old world sensibility amidst a desert of steel and neon eyesores is what the house elders say. I've never seen anything like it. It matches your family's reputation for class. Ha! My family reputation is power, not class. I take it a step further and guess you're renowned for violence rather than power. But that's a moot point. Violence can be classy. And from how this house is talked about in the headlines I've read on the drive over, The nature of your family's reputation seems to vary greatly depending on who you ask. Some think you got half the gangs in the city under your control. Others think you left out all that behind, and you're no worse than any other corporate family. Are you expecting me to ask you what you think? What I think is that I'll need some basic information if I am to adequately defend your interest. We're financiers. You don't say. Lending, investing, taking over, buying out. The Ikaria Financial Group was founded nearly 2 centuries ago. Loaning funds is high risk and high reward, but as you can see, our results speak for themselves. Okay. Asset managers. Okay. Interesting. Makoto. Very short. 146. Oh my goodness. Heir apparent. Unemployed. He's a student. Okay. He likes painting, models, and building. Sick. What's his full name? Yeah, Makoto Ikaria. We have Boss Diamante. Ikaria Financial Group. Fancy way of saying they got their start as mobster loan sharks. It's not impossible to get this rich with loan sharking alone, but such unsavory work wouldn't get them into ballrooms and boardroom tiers of society. You gotta rip people off with mortgages to do that. Is lending to houses only income stream? No. Through Auroria, our holding company, the house controls any number of what a civilian like you might call legitimate enterprises. And yes, we did found the Renogen Pharmaceutical Corporation, but what's past is prologue. Renogen, they're a drug company, one of the biggest. You're saying that you have no relation to Renogen presently? The company went public years ago, and Auroria divested our shares not long after. We were given 1 seat on the board as a formality, and that's the extent of it. Given. A family like this only takes. Why is he suddenly so humble? He doesn't know the meaning of the word. If he's downplaying their pull within Renogen, then the house must have a reason to want to distance himself from the company. You're being very modest, Makoto, and more than a little vague. It's only polite. It's unnecessary talking to your lawyer. You aren't my lawyer, Mrs. Dufense, but you will be working for me. And soon you'll have to become accustomed to putting your needs second. He's deflecting, as if he's trying to be subtle about it. He's not doing it well. I doubt it's possible that a company with as big of a boot heel as Renogen has no relation to anything that happens in the city, but I'll drop it for now. I'm in no rush to wade into boardroom politics again anytime soon. His manner. I'll admit, I was a little taken aback to step off of the elevator into your enclosure out here. The gardens, yes, the groundskeepers work hard on them. Does the illusion of the sky come from a live recording of somewhere else? Or is it generated programmatically? That's quite the equation. It is impressive, yes. As for how it works, I don't know. Don't have the technical minutia in front of me at the moment. That's okay. Of course it is. A lion does not concern himself with the exterior decorations of the sheep. It's your exterior and your decorations. What does it matter anyway? If you want the specifics so badly, I'll have one of the servants put you in contact with the contracting firm. That's alright. Something tells me the consultation alone would break my bank account. The black suits. I do appreciate the warm welcome, Makoto of House Ikaria, really. But legal consultations are usually more private than this. Are we certain that we need this peanut gallery? Let it not be said that the House Ikaria is not accommodating of its guests. We're more than capable of compensating for this nut allergy you allude to. Oh my god, he doesn't understand. That's so sweet of you. But do all these guards really need to be present for this conversation? If you're referring to the additional security, it can't be helped. Circumstances being what they are. Circumstances? If you're referring to my retainers in general, then I suggest you step back into the garden and take a deep breath. Clearly, the city's fumes do not agree with your constitution. You must be lightheaded if you think that you're worthy to hold a one-on-one audience with the next head of the illustrious house. He's a prodigy to be this insufferable at such a young age. Thank you for indulging my curiosity so graciously, Makoto. Conquer the stingy through generosity. So says Buddha. Correct. Perhaps your education is not quite as deficient as I feared. But I should make this clear in this case. I was using the quote to subtly imply that you are stingy with your own graciousness. Got it. Yep. Shall we move on? I believe you mentioned a homicide. Multiple homicides. Tell me more. My head of security was arrested by the police last night in the lower wards. Uh-oh. They found him brutally beaten, drugged, and tortured. Uh-oh. And instead of bringing him straight to the hospital, they arrested him for murder. Uh-oh. He's being framed. You must prove his innocence. No! She's like, un instance. Please wait a moment. Is there something wrong with your voice? Is this that peanut allergy you mentioned? No, I just lost my train of thought for a second there. I'm not used to my luck changing this fast. One of the richest family in the city wants to pay me to prove a man innocent of a crime I framed him for? Right then. Might I ask why he was found in the lower wards? I get the impression that Ikadia territory is generally positioned more vertically. This whole city is our territory. But it's true that our presence is felt more strongly in some areas than others. They captured him early yesterday. He was ambushed by cowards and dragged down to that stain of a neighborhood to be tortured senselessly. Well, he was tortured, I can attest to that much. But I don't believe in senseless violence. There's always a purpose, and it's usually staring you in the face. And Morgan just made her job a lot harder. I think she sees it a different way, because she knows all the facts, she knows exactly what's going on, so, and she's getting paid. She's like, I'm getting paid to, like, prove innocent a man that for a crime that I committed. How lucky am I? People just don't like making eye contact. Do you have any idea why he was taken, or by whom? It was the Blue Bloods. They made no effort to hide it. In a worthy opponent, I might just call that commendable, but knowing them, they're just too stupid to value deniability. I'm sure. And I'm sure there's no love lost between your groups, but kidnapping and torturing is beyond the pale, I agree. And the police are even worse. I expected no help from those incompetent fools, but these charges they're making, they're utterly ridiculous. Of course they are, but don't worry, I can... One, two, three, four? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's the fifth? Huh? Who's the fifth? Tanks? Miller? The really fancy looking guy who wouldn't stop talking? And then the new guy. Who's the fifth? Oh no. Wait a second. No. Okay, this is probably the wrong train of thought that I'm having. 5 murders on him. What if the guy... No, there's no way. I was gonna say, what if the guy he warned me about is part of House Ikadia? And he rolled up looking for his mask. The guy died. The guy in the back died. And then now the police caught him and was like, there's 5 people here. You killed them all. I don't know. Something's not adding up. The math does not add up. Huh? 5? Did you say 5? Yes, 5. It's absurd. I can only take credit for 4 bodies. Acting so high and mighty, so affronted, so eager to blame us on the death of one of their officers. A dead cop? Is this what those mercs were advertising themselves with? What do you mean, one of their officers? Was there a UC or... No, they made the ridiculous claim that he killed some uniform while resisting arrest. As if a member of our house would fear prison. I should have never dared to think I got lucky here. These circumstances sound very complex, Makoto, and the police take the death of one of their own very seriously. What makes you so certain of this man's innocence? Because this man's name is Sosuke Ikadia. Wait, Sosuke Ikadia, his brother? The Hound. I've known him all my life. All 3 or 4 years of it. There is no individual more honorable, more devoted, more trustworthy, and not once have I known him to be violent, impulsive. He didn't do this. I know he didn't do this. But proving that is your job. About that. I haven't actually accepted this job yet, Makoto, but you will. As if for no other reason than because we shall pay you more than you customarily receive for a contract. Considerably more. Not everything's a question of money. Yes, your meaning is taken. It needn't be silver and gold. You'll have no complaints with your compensation. The favor of House Ikadia can go a long way in this city. As can our wrath. I don't appreciate being threatened. I don't find it funny, even coming from a kid. However, if the state thinks whoever killed those 4 blue bloods had also killed a cop, I can't afford to sit this hands out. They'll go over every centimeter of that building. One wrong move, one hair out of place. If I lose here, I lose. Period. But if I win, throwing an Ikadia-sized wallet in the pot beforehand is all upside. I understand Makoto of House Ikadia. I'll take Sosuke's case. You say that as if it was ever in doubt. A true prodigy. But he might be right. Maybe it never was. I chose to put that gun into Sosuke's hands when I could have just plunged that knife into his temple. Maybe the line drawn from that moment to the razor's edge I'm walking right now is perfectly straight. A line drawn from one point to another is always perfectly straight. A better metaphor would be a bullet's trajectory. For all the talk of wind resistance and breathing patterns and the Coriolis effect and chaos theory, you can't exactly act surprised if one of your shot lands right exactly where the crosshairs were pointed. Morgan's my last name, by the way, before you start writing any checks. You should have enunciated. Yeah. My name's not Dufense. 4:41 p.m. August 14th, 2086. In transit. Hey there, boss. Of course I'm fine. What did you think was going to happen? Yeah, all good news. I got quite the paycheck coming my way. Maybe bad news for you if you get a large crowd tonight. Yeah, tell Sarah to meet me at the police station address I'm about to send. I got work for her to do there. There would be quite the paycheck indeed, waiting for me, assuming I can win. But can I afford to accept it? Hey. Were any of the jokes around the office about your clients being connected to organized crime true? What? Is this some kind of honeypot? Trying to get a grasp on something. Now I know you're baiting me. World's easiest, that's what she said, layup. I'd still basket that stuff though. I don't give a... Why do you make everything so hard? Come on. Come on, Freckles. Low-hanging fruit. I have no idea what you're talking about. Obviously. Why are you asking me about this mafia stuff though? I'm working a case for the Ikadia. Imagine if the 5th guy was the guy who bought the mask in disguise. Yeah, that's crazy. So they said the 5th guy was a cop. So how did the cop die? That's my question. Whom I'm assuming you heard of, definitely. Under circumstances that are probably vulgar, absolutely. Which you'd be happy to brag about to me anytime. But I'm not well positioned to turn down this job outright. So I'd like to know whether there'll be resistance about parting ways afterwards. Why? Do you not like getting paid lots of money? Loads of money! I don't like being chained. Fair enough. So you're just asking for my advice? Your aura loss is incredible. Not going to attempt to parse that. I doubt you ever could. My generation's sense of humor is practically impregnable. It was a very non-basic sequitur, auntie. It just wasn't funny. Not even. A non-sequitur would be, what's the charge? That's just getting back on topic. The charge is homicide. 5 counts. Meh. You're probably fine. All that stuff you hear about mobsters being clingy with their lawyers, it's cause they don't want anyone who's been through their underwear drawers running around, telling tales. Whatever poor sucker they pinned multiple homicides on is obviously not anyone important. I don't think he was being framed. I don't think he was framed. Not by his own people. Nah, pinned as in stuck with, like a chore. Powerful people, mob or no. If they get lawyers, it's for tax evasion and conspiracy charges. Dirty work's left to the pawns. And the whole point of a pawn is you don't have to think twice about trading them off. But she doesn't know who it is. Maybe the guy came in too late to collect the mask and was approached by a cop, killed him, and left the scene for the other guy to take the blame. I think so as well. I think that's what happened. I think the guy was angry. Right. Guess I know the rumors are true then. Yep, you uncovered my cool secret. Listen, actors, singers, celebs, they all like expensive things and being the center of attention. Mobsters have money to burn and want cologne of legitimacy. Everyone wants what they can't have. Okay, chill, F. Scott Fitzgerald. Great looking Gatsby ass. I still pine for thee. What? All I'm saying is that there's mutually beneficial arrangements to be made between the rich and famous, and the rich and infamous. So you bet your butt I was in those rooms, negotiating appearance fees and taking my 30%. 30%? You really are shameless. That's what she said. Alright. Thanks as always for the sage counsel. Hey, if you're really feeling grateful, do me a solid and call your rents. They say they never hear from you. Call your rents. Parents? And I know you can't be that busy. If you're bored enough to talk to me. They're the ones who are busy. Masters. That's her. Renajin? "5:04 p.m., August 14th, 2086. I mean, obviously I wasn't sure what would happen after I left that crime scene. And I wasn't sure what I'd find walking in here to speak to my client. But I definitely wouldn't have to bet. I definitely wouldn't have bet that the next time I saw this man alive, he'd actually look worse. Oh my god. Sosuke. Did you not hear me? I said I'm your lawyer. Oh, I heard you. I'm just not interested in wasting my breath responding. I'm sorry. Is there a misunderstanding here? Not at all. I understand exactly what you are. You and all your your companion is staring at me very intently. Sarah, blink. You're embarrassing me in front of the Yakuza. Huh. That's a very dated word. You'd really prefer I call you an orca? I prefer you give up and leave. What are you talking? I'm sure they told you I've been softened up. That they've broken me, I'd be ready to sign whatever you put in front of me. Sorry to disappoint you, but the Hound of Ikaria doesn't heal. Oh my god, so cheesy. Cool. No, Sarah, that's not cool. It's cheesy. What are you doing, Sarah? Sosuke, I'm gonna repeat myself plainly and slowly because you clearly have multiple head injuries. I am not a lawyer. I am your lawyer. Ah. Right then. Very good. Thank you for coming. I apologize if I misspoke just now. I'd misspeak too if I had lost as much blood as you. Morgan Esquire, I'll be representing you from here on out. Sosuke of House Ikaria. Sarah, paralegal and bartender. You're very young to have 2 jobs, or 10 bars. Well, it is only part-time. Ah, right. So tell us, Sosuke of House Ikaria, What is your routine? You look very fit. She is thirsting after this man. My what? Are you asking about... Do you not have me on file? Sorry, which firm are you from? DDD? MPM? I'm in private practice. You mean you're not a mob lawyer? No, but please don't hold it against me. Everyone has to start the path to corruption somewhere. Huh. There are serious risks involved in representing a man with my background against charges like these. It's very sweet of you two. They say I killed a cop, miss. I realize I may look a sorry state at the moment, but I have not fallen so low that I'd sully the house's name by dragging a civilian into. Makoto thought differently. The young master? You've seen him? How is he? Where is he? Is he unharmed? He was sitting pretty atop a literal throne surrounded by armed guards last time I checked. Thank you for that. No one's told me anything, and if young master has spoken in on this matter, I won't go against his judgment. But I do hope you understand what you're getting into. I'm already in it, Sosuke. How well I understand what I'm in is something I think you'd be able to help me with. Very well. What do you want to know? Okay. I think before I go any further, I'm gonna save. There we go. And then I actually think I'm done for the night. It's like 9 p.m. I gotta wake up hella early tomorrow because I got so much work. But I will go ahead and thank my newest follower. Damn, he's so cool. Yeah, he is. I'm gonna go ahead and thank one of my newest followers, which, hold up, let me pull up their name, because they followed off stream, and I was like, oh my god, off stream follow? Crazy. Also, they're not popping up on my feed, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull up the files to try and find them. Where are they? Where are they? In the files. Here we go. Count Boom. Thank you so much for the follow. Count Boom. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Arigato. Thank you. I do appreciate it. I'm not sure why my stuff isn't updating, but it's okay. But yep, I think I'm done for today. What we're gonna do is we're probably gonna continue this on Wednesday. Tomorrow we're gonna focus on Limbus and Library because I want to do a lot of progress on Library. We'll probably do Limbus Daily's Library for the entire stream. And then the next day we'll do Lobotomy and we'll do Of the Devil. Maybe something else as well. But aside from that, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you around Crimson. And I was happy to see Lunny, Fridge, everyone. And Pinecorn as well. But I will see you guys tomorrow with some Limbus and Library. See ya.